Good evening, bang on time tonight. It is 10 o'clock. None of this mucking around. See, Laura's here, Louise is here, Meredith is here. We'll just give people a few minutes to join, guys. Shelley is here. I have plugged the charger in tonight for those who were on last night's scope. Vishal, hello mate, how are you doing? How's everything going? Martin Hargreaves is here. Edit's here, Nina's here, the whole gang is here. Everybody's here. It's Sunday night. Everybody is in tonight because it's the start of a new week. So although we were all in on Friday night and Saturday night because none of us have a life, but that's absolutely fine. Can't resist a dare, says Meredith. Right, okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to challenge you to a little dare in a little bit. Joel here, how we doing, Joel? Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, tonight I want to kind of challenge people. For those who don't know me, Joel, how we doing? Good to see you, buddy. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Ross, by the way. I am an actor and a voiceover artist from the UK, from Manchester in the UK here. Let me know where you are viewing from tonight. It's always amazing to see where we're getting people from. I am an actor and a voiceover artist, like I say, but I'm also obsessed with mindset, productivity, positivity, motivation, what makes the difference between someone who is successful and someone who is super successful. Toronto, wow, Texas, Meredith, amazing. So I don't know what time it is there, Birmingham, UK, but yeah, in the UK here, it is gone 10 o'clock. I do these scopes every night at 10 o'clock. Manchester, absolutely, nice. I'm from Manchester, good, Stoke. I do these scopes every night, 10 PM, and I committed to doing them for 30 days. 15 days ago, so we've got 15 more after tonight, and then I might carry on doing them every single night forever, or I don't know, we're going to see how it goes. This was a bit of an experiment for me. So over the last like 14 nights, we've looked at a whole load of stuff to do with kind of motivation, keeping people focused, creating positive habits. If you've missed any of these scopes, guys, as well, get yourself over to one of the sites that I run quite a few websites for actors particularly. The one where I post all these scopes to is called Act On This, the TV Actors Network. It's www.actonthis.tv. If you're not an actor, I would still say go and check out the scopes though on the site. You just basically go actonthis.tv, click on Periscope in the menu, check out the scope replays that I've got up there, because they all apply to everybody no matter what you do in your life. Are you getting paid for this because you're so well spoken? No, I'm absolutely not getting paid for this whatsoever. This is just a bit of a passion of mine. This is something that I committed to doing, I say like 2 weeks ago. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And we've got a little community. How do I donate? You don't need to donate, Joel. You don't need to, mate. This is free. This is for you. If you are an actor and you want to join the Facebook group that we've got for these scopes, I'm launching a mindset course in October. You see, so this is a bit of a kind of a preparation run up for that. You can join the group on Facebook for free. It's facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor. So check that out. So tonight, guys, yeah, we spoke on last night's scope. It was a bit of an epic one. I uploaded the replay. It's like 45 minutes long, and we spoke about negativity really, and how you deal with negativity in your life, and 10 hidden blessings that can come out of negative events. That can come out of failure, loss, and rejection. And those positive kind of blessings come out of every negative event if you look for them. That scope came off the back of someone asking me a question saying, how do you deal with these negative events? And actually, you know what I thought today? I thought, well, one way to kind of deal with these negative events is to preempt and be kind of proactive in not putting yourself in a negative place. So tonight, I'm going to challenge you guys to do something for the next 5 days, okay? First of all, I only want people who are super committed to this. Before you say you're going to do it, type yes in now, or give me some hearts if you are up for doing something and challenging yourself just for 5 days that could change the rest of your life, literally, in your mindset forever. If you're up for it, say yes. Steve says yes, Vishal says yes, Nina says yes. Throw some hearts in if you're up for it, because this is something that I did about 2 years ago. Someone challenged me to this. Laura's up for it, absolutely. I am. Becky's up for it, Shelley's up for it, Martin's up for it, Cheeky Peek is here, Joel's up for it, everybody's up for it. Awesome, guys. Yeppers, says Meredith from Texas. Amazing. No, Paul is not up for it. Paul does not want to do it. Well, that is fine, Paul. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you will when you see what it is. So, guys, okay, you probably guessed by the title of this scope a little bit about what it is. Okay, dare you take the 5-day mental diet challenge? Okay, so what do I mean by the mental diet challenge? When I show you what it is, don't go all like, oh, it sounds a bit woo-woo to me, guys. This is seriously kind of, you know, this is based on science, it's based on psychology and about 40 years of empirical study. We all have the ability to do this if we want to do it, and it will really affect your life in a positive way. So, I'm going to read this. I didn't print it out on the back of the sheets again, so I will have to kind of read it like this, but hopefully you guys can see this. For the next 5 days, right, beginning immediately, I want you to commit to taking full control of your mental and emotional state by deciding, because you have the choice for this, guys, by deciding right now that you will not indulge in or dwell on any negative thoughts or emotions. So what do I mean by that? I have got some rules, guys, okay? There are 4 rules to this challenge. First of all, give me some hearts if you're still up for taking part in this, okay? I want you to be able to seriously realize that you have the choice of how you feel about your life and the situation you're in. I've said this time and time again, you can't control necessarily the events that happen in your life, but one thing that you can absolutely control, you have full control over. Paul is now in. Excellent, Paul. One thing you do have complete control over, Paul, mate, is that you have control over the choice that you make of how to react to that situation. The choice, you have the choice of how you feel in that situation. What I want you to do then is let's go over the rules first of all then. So rule 1, okay, this is just for 5 days, guys, as well. This is something that you can absolutely all do. Rule 1, over the next 5 consecutive days, okay, I want you to refuse to dwell on any negative thoughts or feelings, okay? Refuse to indulge in any disempowering questions or devitalizing vocabulary or metaphors. So what I mean by that, okay, your language is so important, your internal vocabulary, how you kind of react to people. Are you religious? No, I'm not religious really, Joel. I'm not, mate. I'm quite spiritual, I guess. I don't really prescribe to one God necessarily, or I don't go to church or anything like that. I'm well open to religion though, in terms of other people practicing it. I think it can be a very positive thing for people. If it gives people a faith. Faith is really, really important. Anything that comforts people and gives them, you know, a bit of hope or whatever is absolutely fine by me. Going back to vocabulary, yeah, your kind of vocabulary that you use on a daily basis is so come and along and do a talk at my church. If it's close by and I can, Joel, I will do. It's not a problem. Chocolate comforts me, yeah. Chocolate's a good comfort. But yeah, vocabulary is really important. So for instance, okay, when we're feeling overwhelmed and we've got loads on our plate, so you might have like a to-do list as long as your arm and you're feeling pretty stressed out, and it's in Birmingham. I'm not often in Birmingham, Joel, I'm afraid, mate. Come to Manchester. Bring your church to Manchester. I might be overwhelmed, all right, and I might have loads of things on my plate, and someone will say, as they always do when they meet us, people we see us, they go, oh, how's it going? Our go-to place vocabulary wise might be, oh, I'm stressed, oh, I am pissed off, you know, whatever it is, oh, I'm really overwhelmed. We can choose, actually. That instantly puts you into a negative state because thoughts really kind of dictate your physiology as well. If I say I'm overwhelmed, I'm probably gonna, I instantly, just by saying it, I feel pretty bad, okay? By saying something that might be a little bit more empowering, like, you know what, I am blessed with opportunity right now, okay? I know it's a little bit woo-woo, but you really are. If you've got lots of things on your plate and you're going, actually, I've got so much opportunity that I have so many things that I can do. That's actually a really positive thing, you know. There's a lot of people who sit at home twiddling their thumbs wishing they had something to do. So that language that you use will instantly put you in a better place, you know, in order to deal with that stuff. So that's the vocabulary that you can use that disempowers you. Disempowering questions are really bad. We all have this, you know, we'll generally have one very strong kind of internal question that is a recurring question about our lives. And for a lot of people, they wake up in the morning and that one question is, give me some hearts if you recognize this, is something like, am I good enough? Am I talented enough? Am I good looking enough? You know, things that really are disempowering from the minute you wake up. What would be a better question to ask yourself in the morning, guys? How about something like, what can I do today to make somebody's life better? How can I go after one of my dreams today? You know, what can I do to get that next step towards my goal? You know, something that would empower you, that would ask you a really positive question that you can react to positively, as opposed to, am I good enough? Can I do this? Will I ever win? you know, all these disempowering questions. Okay, so I don't want you to do any of that for the next 5 days, okay? And that language, make sure that you really are using positive language. Don't dwell on any negative thoughts as well. You know, which says there, refuse to dwell on your negative thoughts and negative feelings. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, this is how you deal with this, okay? When you catch yourself beginning to focus on the negative, and you certainly will, okay, this, you absolutely will, I started following a mindfulness course on week 3, it's amazing, awesome Patricia, brilliant. So yeah, when you catch yourself beginning to focus on the negatives, and you certainly will, because you're not immune to that, and we all will always do this from time to time, you're to immediately snap yourself out of it and change your thinking or state, okay? Now you can do this by asking an empowering question, like I just gave you an example of there, you know. So we've got such as, you know, what's great about this? If you're up against a bit of adversity, ask yourself what's great about it, or what else could this mean? Okay, you can also reframe any negative thoughts that come up. For example, if you catch yourself saying like, I suck, I'm rubbish, just replace it straight away with, I am awesome, you know, I am brilliant, I am talented, how can I do this? Of course I can do this. You know, don't ask yourself the question, can I do this? Of course I can do this. Make it physical as well, because that will change your state physically. Of course I can do this. Yes, I can do this. It's going to empower you, okay? Asking yourself, can I do this? And shrinking, as most people do. You know, you want to be expanding, more positive state, positive physiology, you know, physically be more positive. So if you catch yourself, and that's the thing, because you're going to have these thoughts. We all have these thoughts. Catch yourself thinking, wait a minute, Ross, no, you're thinking that, okay, you're thinking of what could go wrong in this situation. Let's reframe this. Let's think about what could go right in this situation, okay? You've got to catch yourself. You're always going to have these negative thoughts. Don't worry about that. That will happen daily, and will probably go on, you know, throughout. Positively stack. Yes, Vishal. So I've talked about stacking in the past. Most people negatively stack. So they will ask themselves one question that's negative that will be based roundabout on what's actually happening in their life right now. So something will have gone wrong. Now what they will do is they will then go, oh, well, if that's gone wrong, oh, God, well, what if this happens? Oh, and then that might happen. Oh, and then that might go wrong. Suddenly they find themselves 4, 5 steps down the line, putting themselves through all this turmoil that might never actually, you know, these things might never actually come true, but because it's in their brain, their body doesn't know that this stuff hasn't happened. Their body thinks it has. So they put themselves through all this stuff that might never actually happen, and I think we're all kind of guilty of that from time to time. Positively stacking is by saying, wait a minute, actually, what would happen if this goes right? Oh, wow, well, that'd be amazing. Oh, and then I could go on to do this. Oh, and then I might make this money, or I might be able to help these people. Oh, and then I might get an opportunity to do this. And that puts you, completely reframes your state, and you start seeing opportunity as opposed to seeing adversity. Okay, so that's rule number 2. Rule number 3, and this is it, guys, okay? For the next 5 consecutive days, so make certain that your whole focus in life is on solutions and not problems, okay? The minute you see a possible challenge, immediately focus on what the solution could be. So I said last night, one of the things, one of the positives that can come out of, you know, like a bad situation, and one way to get around that is by focusing 90% of your time on the solution, 10% on the problem. So you need to be aware of what the problem is, but 90% of your time, 95%, 99%, whatever you can muster, has to be on the solution, okay? Let's not focus on the problems, because we end up procrastinating like hell when we just keep focusing on the problems. You know, how many times will you spend, you know, I don't know if you do this, but you might have an issue, a problem in your life, and you don't quite know how to deal with it. And then you spend like half the day just thinking about the problem as opposed to thinking about how you can solve it. And then you end up wasting time, because I'll be sat on my desk, I've done this before, I'll be sat on my desk thinking, oh, I've got to write this article, but I don't really know what to write it on. Beep, I'll get a notification on Facebook. Before I know it, I've spent half an hour doing stuff on Facebook, going, you know what, I could have spent that half an hour focusing on the solution. Okay, so we need to spend the next 5 days, whenever we get problems, we're just going to focus on solutions. Now, rule number 4, okay, if you do backslide, right, and I mean by that in terms of if you catch yourself indulging in or dwelling on any negative thought or feeling, first of all, don't beat yourself up. It's totally normal, okay? You're not used to doing this challenge, right? There's no problem with this as long as you change immediately. However, if you continue to dwell on negative thoughts or feelings for more than a minute, guys, I'm giving you 60 seconds, right? You must wait until the following morning to start the 5 days over again, okay? This starting over process must happen no matter how many days in a row you've already accomplished. So you might have gone 4 days in a row completely focusing on the positives, catching yourself out every negative thought and going, nope, not thinking about that. I'm going to think about how we can solve this. I'm going to think about what might go right. If you spend 60 seconds or more focusing on that negative on day 4, I want you to go right back to the beginning, and you must, okay? You've got to be honest with yourself. Okay, this is the challenge that never ends, said Meredith. Meredith, you will get, it took me, I'm going to be honest with you, right? I didn't do this. I actually did it for 10 days. I've dropped it out of 5 for the sake of these Periscopes. I challenged myself to do this for 10 days. It took me about 4 weeks. So I didn't do this initially. I kept having to go back, and I kept having to go back, and I kept having to go back. This is very much like starting out in the gym when you've not done it before. You can't expect to go to the gym for 1 day, lift some weights, and suddenly you're fit and healthy, right? This is something you're going to need to work on time and time and time again, and we're all going to be at different places in our lives, have different things happen in our lives. Some people might be facing some real problems right now, some real adversity. Some people might be on cloud 9 and life might be going brilliantly for them. So depending on where you are starting from, you're in competition with no one else. You're in competition with the person who you were yesterday, okay? And I just want you to catch yourself every time you're thinking negatively, flip it, reframe it, use positive language, get yourself out of that within 60 seconds. Throw the negative away. If you find yourself doing it for more than 60 seconds, be honest with yourself. Don't cheat, because you're only cheating yourself. Wait till tomorrow. You can still do it for the rest of the day because you're getting practice in. That's training. But wait till tomorrow and start counting your 5 days again. We'll check in on Friday. Repetition being the mother of skill. It is, absolutely, Stephen. And what did we say in one of the previous scopes? It's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice that makes perfect. And I want you guys to get perfect at this, get really, really accomplished at this. And then what you'll find is when, I mean, A, you'll be able to celebrate like crazy when you do your 5 days on the trot, when you do them absolutely consecutively. But if you do it, this is going to reframe and effectively rewire your thinking permanently, guys. This is really, really a big vital change in your brain and the way that your brain is connected and engineered. You're going to start looking way more at the positives in your life moving forward. So much more at what you can get out of situations as opposed to what the situation can take from you. You're going to be able to focus way more on the solutions as opposed to what the problem is. It's going to make you just a miles better, more accomplished, more rounded, more useful person, not just for yourself but to other people as well, because you'll be able to see solutions to other people's problems and you'll be able to help them and challenge them to do this as well. Okay, spread this, share this this broadcast if you can, guys. Swipe left to right and share it with your followers. Let them be aware of it. They can watch the replay. You can share this with your Twitter followers. I'd really, really appreciate that. So what will this challenge do for you? I've just been over what it will do for you, but here's a few other things, okay? It will make you acutely aware of all the habitual mental and emotional patterns that are holding you back. Okay, it will make your brain search for empowering alternatives to them. It will give you an incredible sense of confidence as you can see that you can turn your life around in an instant. And you really can, guys. You can turn your life around on a dime here, you know, literally on a penny. Most importantly, it will create new habits, new standards. Okay, if you want a better life, you raise your standards, you'll instantly have a better life. And new expectations that will help you expand more than you ever, or you could ever believe. It really will, guys. It's going to raise your expectations of yourself. And once you've raised the expectations of yourself and you've raised your own standards, you're going to be able to raise the expectations of people around you. You're going to be able to demand more from other people, help other people with this as well. It's one up, all up mentality. Remember we said you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Be that battery charger. What was rule 5 again? Was it repetition? So there was only 4 rules. There was only 4 rules, Vishal. So rule 4 was if you backslide. So that's that one, saying basically if you go back, don't worry about it initially, but don't dwell on it for more than 60 seconds. If you do dwell on it for more than 60 seconds, I want you to reset and start again the next day. So that was rule number 5. I will recap these rules right now. Let's do it very quickly. So let's have a look. Rule number 1. Okay, so this is rule number 1. Next 5 days consecutively, okay, consecutive days, refuse to dwell on any negative thoughts or feelings, refuse to indulge in any disempowering questions or devitalizing vocabulary. So remember, that vocabulary is so, so important. Rule number 2, when you catch yourself, you're going to immediately snap yourself out of it, you know, change your thinking or change your state. Okay, one way to quickly change your thinking is to change your state physically. Stand up. If you're having negative thoughts and you sat down, stand up. Stretch, move around. That will change it. Sit up straight, okay? Think about the questions you're asking yourself. You know, what's great about the situation? What else could this mean? Okay, don't focus on what it's taking from you. Look at it, you know, what it's giving you. And if you find yourself saying things like, I suck, or I'm not very good at this, instantly flip it. I am awesome. Of course I can do this. Can I do this? Of course I can do this. Rule number 3. So make certain that your whole focus is on your solutions and not your problems. That's rule number 3. And then rule number 4, we've just mentioned again, if you do go back, don't worry about it, but you've only got 60 seconds, okay? Give yourself 60 seconds to focus on that. Any more, you're going to reset for the next day. And it's really, guys, seriously, it's going to be so interesting to see your progress. And tweet me your progress as well. It's at Ross A. Grant on Twitter, same handle that I've got here on Periscope. If you do find yourself, let me know what you've just snapped yourself out of, or let me know how you're doing. I really want to kind of be a bit of an accountability coach for you guys over the next 5 days. We will check back in on Friday with people. We'll probably check back in nightly, to be honest, but we're going to be talking about different things, different topics over the next 5 nights. But on Friday, yeah, we will check back in with people and see how you've done. So if you are up for it, one more time, hit me with a yes. Give me some hearts, let me know. Tracy Briggs, I think you might have just joined. You're a little bit late to the challenge, but you can watch the replay straight away after this. And I will upload it to actonthis.tv as well. So yes, Vishal is well in. Excellent. Yes, Shelley is in. It is, like I say, something that you might not do straight away. Yeppers, says Meredith. Nina's in. Heck yes, says Steve. Who's that? Barvu is in. And Laura is in as well. Awesome. But yeah, honestly, it's great. And don't be discouraged if you find yourself, even tomorrow, doing more than 60 seconds of negativity and going, oh, you know what, I've got to reset and start on Tuesday. It's fine. Tracy, yeah, catch up tomorrow, but catch up straight after this, Tracy. If you go to my Twitter, hopefully I am back on. I just saw the video freeze a little bit. But I'll see you guys 10 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me once again. If you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate you just as much. Thanks for checking in. And remember, yeah, the 5-day mental diet challenge is on. The ball is in your court. Let's see how you do. Until tomorrow, guys, peace, good luck, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.